Hi Booktube, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. Today is Top 5 Wednesday, which was originally created by Lainey from Ginger Reads Lainey, and it is now currently being hosted by Samantha from Thoughts on Tomes. Today's topic is Top 5 Wednesday favourite polarising books. So basically what you have to do is talk about books that people either tend to love or hate, with no in between. So I need to pick some of my favourites that fall into that category. The first book I chose for this category was Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. This book goes between the 1940s all the way back to the 1700s. It's about a combat nurse called Claire Randall who gets transported back in time through these standing stones when she's on her second honeymoon in Scotland. I found Outlander to be so action-packed. It's beautifully intimate and incredibly romantic, and I just absolutely loved it. And so many people either love it or hate it, and there doesn't really seem to be an in-between. But what I must say is the first book in the series, Outlander, was fantastic, and I recently finished the second book, Dragonfly and Amber, which I don't know, it just didn't make me excited for the rest of the books in the series, to be very honest with you. The second book I'm choosing for this category is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. So many people hate this book, but then at the opposite end of the spectrum, so many people absolutely love it. So it's a complete... This is a book about a woman called Louisa Clark who loses her job, so she takes up another job as a caretaker for a paraplegic called Will Traynor. I laughed in this book, I cried in this book, I fell in love, I had my heart broken. It was such a journey, and all I can say is that you really do need to get the Kleenex ready if you do read this book, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. They both absolutely hate each other at first, but Louisa has a limited amount of time to make Will love life again before he takes himself to the Swiss organisation Ignitus to go and end his own life. Then we have the first book in the Lunar Chronicles, Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is a fairy tale retelling of Cinderella, but Cinderella is a love story, but Cinder, the retelling, is not. It's a story of a new world suffering a deadly plague that is killing off the Commonwealth people. The only anecdote for the disease is with the evil queen Levana from Luna the Moon. The only way that she's going to give Earth the cure is if she manages to form an alliance with Prince Kai in the form of marriage. The main character in this book is a cyborg, which for those of you that don't know is a person with mechanical elements in their body. I had absolutely no idea what a cyborg was when I went into this book. I'd never read a fairy tale retelling. I'm not a sci-fi or a fantasy fan, and I was amazed at how much I liked this book, to be very honest. Then we have The Selection by Kira Cass. Someone told me the other day that they absolutely hated this book when they read it, and when I looked at the book, from the cover it screams everything that I would normally hate. It looked young and girly and like a shitty little chicklet that would, be just that. But I ended up absolutely loving it. It was like a little guilty pleasure read, and it was super enjoyable. The cover doesn't do it any justice, and neither does the blurb on the back. This book is about a world that's at war. It's about a prince that's on the cusp of taking over his country, and he's fighting for peace as well as trying to find a wife at the same time to help him rule the kingdom. This book is a dystopian, which normally I would really shy away from, but it is so subtly done that it was really believable and enjoyable. I'd normally feel a really huge disconnect with a book that is targeted towards younger readers, but I ended up really enjoying this one. And I'm not gonna lie, it does remind me of my favourite TV show, don't judge me, The Bachelor, so how could I not like it, right? Lastly, I've got The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. This is a story told in chunks, featuring 3 women that are all somehow connected. The story revolves around a murder. I found The Girl on the Train to be absolutely unputdownable, dark, thrilling, staggeringly perfect. Let me know what you thought of those books in the comments down below, if you loved them or if you hated them, because honestly I've not found someone that is an in-between with any of these books. You either really do love it or you really hate them. So I'd be very interested in hearing your thoughts on them. Have a good day everyone, bye bye.